If somebody were to ask you, what is Hanukkah? You would probably start by telling them the story. You know, the one with the Syrian Greeks who wanted to force the Jews to worship idols and abandon Judaism, and the small army of Jews led by Judah the Maccabee that rebelled against them and defeated them in battle against all odds. And then you tell them the second part of the story, when the Jews returned to the temple in Jerusalem and found only 1 day's worth of pure oil to use for the daily menorah lighting. Miraculously, that small bit of oil burned for 8 days. But here's where it gets interesting. The rabbis of the Talmud ask the same question that we did. They asked, what is Hanukkah? What does it commemorate? And they also tell the story. But they fast forward to the second half, the part with the oil, as if that miraculous battle when the weak Jews defeated the mighty Greeks didn't even matter. All they talk about is the oil. So why? Why does the Talmud care so much about this miracle with the oil and skip over the battle entirely? Well, think of it this way. Everything in the world has two parts, physical and spiritual. For example, we all have a body and a soul. The soul is the essence of our identity. It's the essence of life, and being purely spiritual, it uses the physical body to engage with the world, to do mitzvahs and things like that. So without the soul, the body is lifeless. Now, just as we have a soul and a body, the story of Hanukkah also has a soul and a body. The body of Hanukkah, the physical victory, was the battle. But the soul of Hanukkah, the spiritual victory, was the victory of Judaism itself. And that was represented by the miracle of the menorah. Here's something most people don't think about. When we say there was only 1 jug of oil left in the temple, that's not exactly true. There was actually plenty of oil. It's just that the 1 jug was the last of the oil that remained spiritually pure after the Greeks ransacked the temple. The rest of the oil was still there, it was just defiled. Now, what does that mean? Well, on the physical level, it doesn't mean anything. Impure oil looks the same as pure oil, and it burns just as brightly. So if they could have used that oil for the menorah, why didn't they? The answer is because that's exactly what the Greeks wanted, and that's exactly what the Jews fought against. The Greeks wanted the Jews to do the mitzvah on the physical level only, and leave the spiritual stuff behind. The Maccabees put their lives at risk by battling against the Greeks, and they were motivated by a spiritual cause, their right to fulfill mitzvahs properly. And specifically because we were so committed to performing this mitzvah in the best possible way, God rewarded us with a supernatural miracle that enabled us to do it right. And that's why the identity of Hanukkah, the what is of Hanukkah, is the light of the menorah, and not the physical battle. And that's why to this day, we light menorahs in our home, each night adding 1 candle, increasing the light. And we share the light with the world outside, making sure it reaches every corner of our physical existence. What is Hanukkah? It's definitely not a minor holiday. It's as cosmic as the soul. And with the light of the Hanukkah candles, we can burn straight through the darkness.
In Chanukot-Tag und in Onyx von Chanukah, was wie mir sagt in Al-Hanissim, der Montos, Al-Hanissim Al-Atshuis, was seine verbunden, echt mit Amilchomo, was haben demol gefiert, die Zivis Hashem, jeder Ried und alle Jiden, an Kegen, die, was einen Eisweitero Secho, wo das nimmt sich von dem Jezer Horre, haben seine See gewähnt, die, was nicht rechnen liegt mit Cheshbenis, wo seinen gewähnt Miyatim an gegen die Am Israelo und Chaloshim, ist von deswegen seien sie rein in Zivis Hashem und haben geführt die Milchoma und haben gehabt den größten Nitzochen bis lehedes und lehale leshimcha hagodle hat der Nitzochen hat gebracht dem Kiddush der Heiligkeit von dem ewigsten größten Namen in Asamin Eifen, als der Nord verrebig geworden.
Tanto los niños como los adultos esperan todo el año la llegada de Hanukkah. Pero, ¿qué hace de Hanukkah una festividad tan especial? ¿Los fabulosos juegos? ¿La maravillosa comida? Quizás sea todo dinero de Hanukkah. La verdad es que todos estos son grandiosos. Pero todos lo saben, la acción por entero tiene lugar alrededor de la menorá. ¿Ya has encendido la menorá? El sitio perfecto para tu menorá es en una puerta o ventana. Pero además de tu propia menorá, también puedes participar en los encendidos públicos en los lugares más exóticos del mundo. En Alaska o Irak, sea acostado del camino lateral o un lugar distante, es más que probable que haya una ceremonia de encendido de la menorá justo dando vuelta a la esquina. Por tierra o mar, cuando se trata de la menorá, el cielo ya no es el límite. En verdad, el encendido de la menorá es algo que puede ser una experiencia, pues bien, más allá del planeta. ¿Cuándo debes encender las velas al orbitar la Tierra y la noche empieza cada 90 minutos? 8 veces, al igual que el resto de nosotros abajo en la Tierra. Desde el hombre sobre la luna hasta el centro de Manhattan, las llamas de Hanukkah brillan luminosas. ¿Sabes el máximo de altura que puede tener una menorá según la ley judía? La menorá pública de la ciudad de Nueva York, al máximo de altura permitida, 9,60 metros. Es así que es una luz destacada. Incluso Las Vegas se ve bajo una luz totalmente nueva en Hanukkah. Encendemos la menorá con canciones y bendiciones antiguas. Pero seguro que también se acomoda perfectamente a algunas de las tradiciones de hoy. La menorá tiene algo para cada uno. El aceite de oliva es ideal para el encendido. La cera de abejas es tu mejor opción para las velas. En cuanto a la menorá misma, todo lo que precisas es un poco de imaginación. Imagina una menorá hecha totalmente de chocolate. Bien. Los dulces sueños se hicieron realidad para estos niños con suerte. Una menorá de más de 2 metros de alto, 100 kilogramos de chocolate puro. En la zona cero, un recordatorio permanente de que juntos podemos superarlo todo. En el campo de fútbol o de batalla, un tributo a los héroes comprometidos con proteger la libertad. La menorá de Hanukkah, la más clara prueba de que las luces brillarán donde sea que las enciendas.